The LG G5 OLED TV is getting a lot of attention, and for good reason. There is no doubt it is very much in contention to be the best TV of 2025. But you might be surprised to hear that the LG G5 isn't going to be the TV I recommend to most enthusiasts. And it's definitely not the LG TV I'm going to recommend to most people. Sure, the G5 is amazing, and I'll remind you why here shortly, but LG has 3 other TVs that you should all be paying attention to, one of which I swear you're not going to see coming. And I'm going to dish on each one of them right now. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Caleb Dennison, and I have a very low tolerance for BS right now, so I'm not going to do the online cookie recipe thing and wax philosophical. We have too much good TV stuff to talk about, so let's just talk about it. Now, I'll get back to the amazing LG G5 in a bit. First, can we please talk about the LG C5 OLED? Y'all, this just came to me the other day. Rewind back to this time 3 years ago, March 2022. Now, what if I had made a video then saying that the power of the G2 OLED, y'all remember that TV? What if I had told you that you could get the picture quality of the G2 for the price of a C2 in just 3 years? Well, that's essentially what's happened, and the LG C5 is making that possible. It looks like the LG C5 is going to be able to hit peak white brightness measurements in the 1000 nit territory, just like the G2 did back in 2022. But not only that, LG's processing has improved notably since then. It's gotten good enough to have gotten LG's G4 OLED the top spot in several categories, as well as the overall title in the UK/European TV shootout that Vincent Teo conducted last year. I mean, let's run down the list of specs for the C5. It's got LG's OLED Evo technology, brightness booster, 144 Hz refresh rate, LG's great gaming dashboard, 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. It's going to be brighter than any C-Series OLED has ever been before, and it can upscale like a beast. I mean, if you're looking for a premium OLED TV, the C5 is probably where you want to start. Only if you want the Gallery Series design and the sound and really want to pay up for its next level brightness and color volume and color accuracy, do you really need to entertain that step up to the G5? The C5 looks so advanced and competitive this year. I mean, it's going to be a go-to recommendation from me this year unless something comes along that I'm not expecting, and spoiler alert, I've seen just about all the OLEDs that are going to be coming this year, so I feel pretty comfortable saying that right now. So if you're a TV nerd, you want an OLED, and you don't want to pay an arm and a leg, the C5 looks like an obvious choice to me. I don't know, we'll see how the Samsung S90F does, but I like how that C5 is looking, y'all. And check this out. Here's the pricing on the C5 as just announced by LG. Now, these are all MSRP numbers, so the street prices will instantly be lower. And later this year, even lower than that. You can even get a 42-inch C5 for under $1,300 right off the bat, and I love that. With all of that said about the C5, we need to not sleep on the LG B5 OLED. It's true, the B5 is going to have some competition this year from that new Philips Roku OLED TV, and then there's Sansui coming in hot with some inexpensive OLED TVs too. There may even be one more that we don't see coming. But while those newcomers may be attractive, I think we all know we can really count on the LG B5. We know exactly what we're going to get. What we cannot count on right now is where you'll be able to get all of the sizes of the LG B5. LG has promised that you'll be able to get an 83-inch LG B5 OLED just about everywhere that TVs are sold. But the 48, 55, 65, and 77-inch LG B5 OLEDs will only be sold at certain retail partners, and at the time I recorded this video, those retail partners have not been settled on. I'll try to pin a comment to this video when we've gotten some hard confirmation, but by then, you'll probably just be able to find it online as easily with a quick online search. With all the trickle-down technology that LG has implemented, the LG B5 is looking like a C-series OLED from just a few years ago. If you don't need super intense brightness and just want the undeniably gorgeous, rich picture of an OLED, you're gonna be able to pick one up for the same price as a 6 or 7 series from certain other brands. And it's gonna have superior color, superior black levels, better off-angle viewing in most cases, and a 120 Hz panel with basically immediate pixel response time. In short, I think the LG B5 is gonna bring OLED into more homes than ever before. The only way I could be more excited about the 2025 LG OLEDs is if they had a next-gen tuner, which is not something I would have said last year. In fact, I've said no big deal with the next-gen TV tuner. But the Super Bowl broadcast has me feeling different about next-gen TV and ATSC 3.0. I mean, it was bound to happen sometime. Now here's the TV that I'm pretty sure you didn't see coming. LG's flagship QLED TV. Don't call it QNED. Look, I've tried to get excited about the QLED TVs in the past, and I had high hopes last year specifically, but this year, this is the year that LG's QLED 92 looks like it's ready to go toe-to-toe with the best QLED TVs from all the rival brands. It's armed with mini LED backlighting, has a blend of quantum dots and LG's own proprietary nanocell technology. It's loaded with premium features, just like LG's top OLEDs. And what I saw was an intensely bright, colorful TV with excellent backlight control, black levels, and contrast. It's also got LG's Alpha 8 Gen 2 processor, which has the upscaling chops that LG has been getting praised for lately. The lower alpha number is just because it's not an OLED, so it needs to do different things than the Alpha 9. Mark my words though, if the QLED 92 gets the attention from reviewers that it deserves, it will end up being the sleeper hit of the year, I think. You heard it here first, or well, at least you heard it here. I don't really care if it was first. Y'all know how I do. And that leads us nicely to one of the most exciting TVs of the year, the LG G5 OLED. Now, you may have seen the video that I did from LG's headquarters already, but I'll sum it up and expand on it now. Look, the first thing that you need to know is that the new panel LG Display has developed is something really special. Now, some folks are calling this a 4-stack OLED panel. Some are calling it by its proper name, from LG anyway, RGB Primary Tandem OLED. Some are just calling it Tandem OLED. Whatever you want to call it, it significantly improves on the WRGB OLED panel type that LG has been making and using for the past 11 years. Now, Micro Lens Array, also known as MLA, did a great job of making LG's existing WRGB OLED technology brighter by getting more of the light to our eyes. But that MLA technology didn't make the panel itself brighter or do anything to enhance color brightness and color purity and saturation at higher brightness levels. This new Tandem OLED panel does all of that, and it does it for less than what MLA costs to do. And the improvements are immediately apparent when you see this panel in action on the LG G5. It's so much better that LG had to come up with a new name for its brightness boosting tech, which it calls Brightness Booster Ultimate in the new LG G5. Those of us who obsess over TVs and TV tech kind of knew that LG needed something to clap back at QD OLED. And while MLA got it close, the new G5 really closes the gap, if not eliminates it entirely. Now, considering that the G4 came out as the top TV in several shootouts, both official and unofficial, thanks in no small part to its processing, I think we have all the reasons we need to believe that the G5 could end up being the best TV of 2025. Even if it doesn't win that award from everyone, and trust me, I've seen other flagship 2025 TVs at this point, the margins are going to be razor thin this year. The G5 looks so good that even without officially reviewing it yet, I'm comfortable saying that if you have the money, you can feel pretty safe getting yourself one on pre-order, because there is no way that this TV comes out as anything less than a total banger. That is, unless something really, really messed up happens. And I just don't see that happening given LG's manufacturing history. I wish it had a next-gen TV tuner in it. I feel like that's the only thing that is actually missing, and unfortunately, I think people are gonna hone in on that, perhaps unfairly. And I will say that I think the new Magic Motion remote is a welcome change, though I wish you could turn off the motion part. I mean, who knows? Maybe we can convince LG to do that still. There's also a bunch of new AI stuff going on behind the scenes that will help provide picture quality options for folks, but maybe the most notable thing is the TV's ability to boost the low end of HDR content for more enjoyable viewing of darker content during the daytime. So far, it looks like a great compromise between sticking to creator intent while making the content, actually viewable. And we now have the pricing. Just as I said with the C5, this is MSRP pricing for the LG G5. So you can expect street prices to be lower as soon as it hits store shelves. And we'll be sure to put shopping links down below if you want to support this channel when you buy one of these TVs. But so far, this pricing is in line with what I was expecting this year. Premium TV, premium pricing. And you can expect Samsung to look similar. And whenever Sony does its thing, about the same, if not just a little bit more. So there you go, 4 banger TVs from LG this year. Not too shabby, right? Let me know what you think in the comments, and what questions do you have as we head toward review season? I want to hear all about that as well. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to see more. I'll see you on the next one, and until then, here's 2 other videos I think you might like. But I do feel way further up in this room. It's really weird.